All right. We have audio.
Yay!
Hello.
Greetings.
All right. So, welcome everyone. So, we are looking at Group 5 today, Simcoe versus Nuggets, Scorpion versus Phoenix, Australia versus Sweden, Giants versus the Lakers. I don't know basketball.
I'm Collingwood versus Carlton.
Yeah. Um,
Those sure are sports ball teams.
yeah. Black
Yep,
black
go Scorp
versus
ball.
white. This one's for the record books, I guess.
Possibly, yeah.
All right.
It is definitely for some form of book.
Yep. All right, so welcome to the cast. I'm your host, Merlin, and with me I've got Ray. Hi, Ray.
Hello.
And Megan. Hey, Megan.
Hello, hello.
Megan and Ray are locals from Melbourne and supporting, obviously, our local player Ben and the rest of the Australian team. Let's have a bit of a look at the deck list, shall we?
Yes.
All right. Anything jump out on the Scorpion deck list for anybody?
Not really, to be honest. Although Mere Mystics, I have to say, as something that I don't really often see. Like we usually see in Calling in Favors, and Ben has those too. So,
yeah. This is my first time actually looking at any of the deck lists for the World Cup, so I guess it's all new edition. But I have noticed in the local meta, a lot of people have started running Me and Mystics as another added form of attachment hatred.
Mm-hmm.
But this is probably the first time I've seen it in a Scorpion deck, because as Megan pointed out, yeah, we usually have Calling in Favors to fill that role.
Yeah, I kind of like seeing the Mere Mystics. It just helps turn on Cloud a little bit. I feel like Indomitable Will is the spicy meatball in this deck.
I did just notice Indomitable Will instead of the usual candidate of Let Go.
Yeah, well, you don't need it, right? You've got Calling in Favors.
Well, yeah, you do, I guess, and you've got Mere Mystic, so.
Yep, and you've got. Is this the one that? Yeah, so you've got Sadako to just become hugely beefy when she becomes Dishonored.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is giving me ideas about my deck.
So yeah, Sadako is probably my second favorite.
Yeah.
Elemental cycle, just because you put her on the board and your opponent's just like, oh dear, do I dishonor her? Like if she becomes honored, that's going to be a problem as well. Mm-hmm. There's no real good answer to her.
Yeah, she's really great with Young Rumomongo and Court Mask.
Yeah.
Like Court Mask is just the best. Like you stick it on, you take it off, then she's dishonored and you stick it back on again, and the next thing you know, she's like 6 political.
Yeah, and because of keywords, she's also really good synergy with the new Earthlocked role.
Which card?
Discouraging Pursuit.
Oh, yes.
I believe it's called.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like she works really well with that one as well.
I'm really looking forward to when the Scorpion pack comes out. We can see some of that stuff.
Give me those Shinobis.
So, Deceptive Offer. Dirty Deeds likes Deceptive Offer. What do you guys think about that?
I love Deceptive Offer.
Yeah? Why is that? You're both Scorpion players. You should have a lot to say, right?
It's really great in those situations where, like, you've got them down on honor, you are almost breaking or almost winning, and they have to decide, crap, am I going to go down and lose another honor, or am I going to let you win and or break this conflict?
Right.
And it's just a really good, like, psychological pressure to put on your opponent.
It is.
They have to choose. They have to choose between like which evil they think is the worst. You know.
I think that's my favorite thing to do with Scorpion decks. It's not about winning the game. It's about making your opponent choose how they're going to lose the game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm all about it. And when you're running backhanded compliments as well, if you're running Keeper of Earth, that's just another thing that they need to worry about. So yeah, keeping up that on and pressure, even if it's only something like this, it's still good, and it's still something that your opponent is going to have to think about. So that's why I like it.
Entirely reasonable. Let's have a look at the Phoenix deck. So I kind of like this deck. It's a keeper awarded deck. I think it looks pretty strong. You know, all of the good cards are in there. Asawa Tadaka, Uona.
Yeah, I'm not really seeing anything.
What do we got?
Yeah, me neither.
Walking the Way.
I don't have much to say about this. I'm not a very big Phoenix player, unlike some people in this stream. Like I kind of dabble every now and again, but I wouldn't consider myself even knowledgeable about what to run in a Phoenix deck.
Yeah, Phoenix is kind of the elusive clan to me. Like there's just a couple of there's so many things you need to keep track of. You got to keep track of all your rings and all this other kind of stuff. I feel like Phoenix is kind of the next level in organizing your mind and decks, and it's a bit too much to keep track of for me personally. All the things, but as someone who's been on the receiving end, when a Phoenix deck works really well, it works really well. So yeah,
I think the trick to Phoenix decks is just getting your guys into lots of conflicts. So we should expect to see Nuggets bank a bunch of Fate early on, trying to bring out some small guys to start with, and then some bigger guys a little bit later on to build up his board presence. Get those bigger guys into multiple conflicts per turn, and just sort of get to an overwhelming board state at the end.
Yeah, I'm not really surprised at seeing some let goes and Hawk tattoos, to be honest.
I feel like Tadaka is your win condition, so you need your let goes. Not seeing any mystics though.
For sure.
I would definitely have liked to put some mystics in my deck.
Yeah, but it's pretty jam-packed as it is.
It certainly is.
Like, yeah.
I like this 2 Karmic Twists. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much opportunity you'll have to play these. I think 2 is interesting. Usually you see it in at 1. Benton's touch similarly at 1.
Yeah, I have been on the receiving end of those Karmic Twists.
Actually,
not fun.
Yeah, one other thing to mention is that there's no Fantanas. So it actually, looking at it again, what's not there, no fans, no katanas, kind of feels like it's not quite as aggressive as potentially some Phoenix decks can be.
I am noticing that it does have a fair. It's got Benton's touch, court games to be able to honor your characters, to be able to get that extra force out of them, as well as Supernatural Storm, which is, correct me if I'm wrong, Melon, but that's pretty much a staple in most Shigenja decks out of Phoenix, isn't it?
You're not wrong.
I didn't think I would be. So it does seem that he might be banking on those 3 cards in particular to be able to just give him those extra bits of force bumps.
Look at this. The number of 0 cost Fate cards is actually lower than the number of 1 cost Fate cards.
So it is.
That's quite interesting. That might actually inform some of Simcoe's strategy. I was having a chat with Shoot from our cast, was it yesterday or the day before? And he said, he noticed that there was a lot of 1 cost cards in the deck, and so getting a really early Fate advantage over his opponent was kind of key to winning that game. So it might be very key to winning this game as well for Simcoe.
I'm actually just doing a quick comparison between Simcoe.
Hey, look at this. There are Hawk tattoos in this deck.
There's very
Go
little
Hawks.
cards in Simcoe's deck that cost 1. There's I think that's 16 as compared to 16, 19, 28 in Nuggets deck of just all cards that cost 1.
Yeah, but to be fair, I've seen quite a few Phoenix games go where they just have piles of Fate.
Yeah.
I'm just going to
I have been on the receiving end of those games as well.
So
And you kind of just look at their fate pile and go, well, damn, there goes game. I can't. I have one fate and they have like 16.
And that's when the Scorpion just starts digging for that dojo to just be able
Yeah.
to pass first. Like, no, I'm not buying anything. You go right ahead, mate.
Yep. Exactly.
What do you guys think of this Void province in a Seeker of Void deck? I actually see it a lot in Scorpion decks these days.
The appealing to the fortunes.
Yeah.
I haven't had a chance to run it in my Scorpion deck as of yet. I've been messing around a lot with the Keeper of Earth role, but I think it's a much better province run out of any other role.
Yeah.
Like most of the other elemental side.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it does much better in a different deck.
Yeah. It's a bit strange. I don't know how I feel about it yet, but I think I actually see it a lot, so I feel like there must be something to it.
Yeah, I just kind of feel like it's only going to happen once, right? Where it's kind of like a one-off, although slightly broader hidden moon dojo. And if you've got a hidden moon dojo, you like.
I guess if you think about
Yeah.
it, it's probably the same strength as the card that it's replacing, which is Pilgrimage.
Yeah.
So it's still kind of a defensible province if you need it to be that. Although Pilgrimage is just really good by denying that ring.
Yeah.
So
I think Pilgrimage is just an objectively better choice just because you do get that ability that if they don't break the province, then they don't even get the ring. And 9 times out of 10, well, maybe not 9 times out of 10, but a majority of the time, people are poking for attacks to just, get that ring effect.
Yeah, these particular provinces are if the void, I mean, if the element matches your role, then they're just farmable.
All right. So enough said on the deck lists. We have jumped into the game. Meg, if you want to have a look into the chat, the password for the game's in there.
Yep, no worries.
Looks like Simcoe not finding very good cards in his opening row, mulliganing all of them.
Hopefully he mulliganed into better cards, but considering I can see 3/5 costs and a holding that is not Hidden Moon Dojo, that's not looking all that good.
Do you just pass? He does. He just passes. Perfect.
He passed.
Yeah. All right. Quick first turn. 5 bids all around. Low cost, banking fate on the Phoenix side, as we sort of predicted.
Yes.
Oh man, that's such a terrible flip.
It really is.
Except there is one province where that's a fantastic flip that I run. Makes it handy.
Well, we were talking about, what was it, abandoning to the fortunes. Imagine if you just run into that and go for a break on that first turn. No, he won't. Like, Nuggets won't go for a break on that. But...
Yeah.
He doesn't really have... Oh, if he sends the Ethereal Dreamer, then I guess Simkov can kind of just force pump it. Abandoning on a first... Oh, okay.
Yeah. Unless he has a way to...
Oh, Simkov just assassinated it, so... Shrine Maiden's at the conflict now. And 1 Hawk Tattoo's hit discard pile.
What happened with the Hawk Tattoo? Assassinates the dream. Oh, it's the Shrine Maiden, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one thing about Shrine Maiden. She loves to just get rid of your Let Goes, get rid of your Hawk Tattoos, all your good cards.
Yep.
If only Let Go was a spell, that would be perfect.
Oh god. Could you imagine? Could you imagine if they just printed a Kehoe version of that?
Oh look, give it 7 years or so, there'll be plenty gratuitous cards in the card pool.
I'm sure there will be. There's already gratuitous cards in the game now, if you believe the hype.
I kind of like this Shrine Maiden hitting a Clarity of Purpose and an Embrace the Void. It kind of sets up for next turn a little bit. you're not really looking to do. I feel like Nuggets is not really looking to do very much right now. He just wants to get some information about his opponent's provinces.
I think Nuggets
Oh,
is just
ambush showed you in.
ambush
That's-
showed you in. This is a military conflict, though.
I guess he wants the ring. I would want the ring. I would want the ring against a
or he
solemn
wanted
scholar.
to stop himself from losing more honor. Oh no, he just wanted favorable ground. Showed you out.
Hmm.
Oh, okay, all right. That's all right.
So he's setting up for the counterattack.
Mm.
But Solemn Scholar will have its ability active when Simkov sends in Shoju for the counterattack.
Ooh, discards a forged edict with the Tadaka on the table. I kind of feel like
Ooh, that's painful.
It's not really that he chose to discard a forged edict. It was
yeah,
was forced into it.
Yeah, which makes it worse.
Yeah, it really does.
I wonder if Simkov
But hey-
realizes the solemn scholar ability is turned on.
I'm hoping he does, but it's going to be interesting.
He does now.
He
sure
definitely
does.
does now. I showed you the courtier, so if he's got a second forged edict in here.
He had no idea.
He had no idea.
I think he did have an idea, but his idea of how to deal with it just got discarded by the Earth Ring.
Yeah. Good fun.
Oh yeah.
Well, at least he's honest about it.
Yep.
Have we got chess clocks on? We do have chess clocks on. That's going to
Yes,
be
we do.
the meme for this league is chess clocks.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
did notice in the announcement for round 2 that there was a very heavy emphasis on people not playing with chess clocks.
Mm-hmm.
Was there a story behind that?
Well, yeah. Actually, the last time, I don't know if it happened to any other country, but Australia forgot to set its clocks to chess clocks. So we were like 10 minutes into the game, and we were looking at these clocks going, wow, this game's going really quickly. And then eventually we realized that, didn't set the chess clocks and had to remake.
Oh.
Oh, so one of the games had to be replayed.
Yep.
Okay. I figured I kind of got that impression from listening to you guys talk about it.
All right.
Okay, we've seen 2 hawk tattoos now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
And
think
he's still in
it's-
place, so he can just delete him now. So
Yeah,
he's just out, isn't
he
it?
can just
Yep.
just shoujo him to death.
Yep.
There goes a 2 fate investment.
But
Instead, he
doesn't.
chooses to pass.
All right.
Why?
Big-
Ben,
What?
what are you doing?
Simkov, what are you doing?
Oh god.
Maybe that Solemn Scholar play tilted him more than we thought.
Possibly.
Oh, that is good. That
Okay,
is a
so
good shrine
second
maiden.
Shrine Maiden. Yeah, Shrine Maiden's just added 3 cards to his hand. Cloud the Mind, a Benton's Touch, and a Clarity.
All good cards.
All very
Yeah.
good cards. Okay, so Appealing to the Fortunes has just been revealed. So Nuggets is now attacking a 5 strength province with 1 strength.
It's fine
Yeah,
though.
like I
Again,
said, now it's just farmable.
And then Nuggets got out a Keeper in the ship.
Simkov's down to 6 honor already.
Yep. If he was
Hey.
playing the new box, he'd be crowing right now.
Yeah.
Nuggets successfully claims the Emperor's favor with total glory of 6 versus 0. That's not a good thing to read.
it's
No.
a pretty good turn for Nuggets, I think.
That
Oh,
is
excellent turn.
I think that was like one of the best possible outcomes for that turn.
And you've
The
actually,
only good thing you're coming across now is Simkov is going to have 13 fate. Like,
yeah, and I feel like this Tadaka is a candidate to put onto the table because there's 3 good cards in the bin, and
oh
you've,
yeah.
and you've got some board
We've
presence
got a
already.
Forged Edict, an Ambush, and an Assassinate, yeah.
Oh, I don't know if she was the best choice. I don't know if Shiori is the best choice because I don't feel like at the moment he's very much in a position to be winning conflicts.
I Depending on what his second play is.
Yeah, but he's only got
Um,
5 cards in hand.
what,
There's
what I
only
was
so
going
much
to
he
yeah,
can do.
what I was going to say was depending on what his second play is, he might just be going into a more defensive strategy. I have seen that. Okay, now I'm not even sure what he's going to be doing because he passed. So he might have another um, ambush or something in hand.
Do you think that Simkov remembers that Phoenix has against the waves?
I would say yes, but considering that he's already missed several things, which I would assume he knows, I'm not going to
Also,
put my foot in my mouth.
Dirty
Well-
Deeds is right. He does have that indomitable will. So
Yes, he does. I did forget about that splash.
There's no.
we hope he has that.
There's no.
We hope.
Well, hopefully.
There's no against the waves in his hand, so that's a plus.
That's a good start.
However, there is a cancel, right? So if we are kind of if Simkov is banking on a fate worse than death, he knows that he's not going to get it off if he plays it.
I did also forget about the Cloud the Mind, which Nuggets drew using his Shrine Maiden, so we could possibly see that getting put on Shiori,
Mm-hmm.
which that would be a problem.
Yeah, as well as the fact that you've got to embrace the he's got to embrace the void as well. I'd stick that on Shiori for sure. He's got 2 of them.
Oh yeah.
She just seems to be like a great target for that.
She secretly works for the Phoenix clan. Shh. Shiori, she does.
Oh my god. That's great.
No, she doesn't, and don't call her Shirley.
All right. So what? So both players have passed in the conflict phase. Ben is contemplating his conflict. He's decided to go and hit meditations on the tower with a person with 3 fates.
Good job.
I think that Tadaka is posing, or he in his mind that Tadaka is posing more of a threat than it actually is. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I guess that's true. You go in and get rid of Tadaka. It's definitely something that you don't have to worry about then.
Yeah, he's a future problem, but one that should be taken care of.
Yeah, he's a future
Yes,
problem,
there
but
we
he's still something on. Yeah, there's the embrace the void.
There's the embrace, yeah.
Nuggets
And
kind
now
of just
we
has
start-
to. Nuggets just has to protect the break. He doesn't necessarily have to win the conflict. He can just protect against the break.
Yeah, and he doesn't have any let goes because he's not running them.
No. But he might have a calling in favors, maybe deceptive offer.
Deceptive
Is
offer
the
number
card that we
1.
were talking about before.
Certainly is.
Yep.
So there you go. Have some honor. That sounds good.
Yeah, at this point in the game, I think giving up the honor is not really going to cause much issue.
Mm.
Is this
Yeah,
a political?
so-
It is a political. So,
Yes.
ooh, we're gonna.
Ooh.
Okay.
Benton's touch.
He's gonna clarity this to come in for a counterattack.
I think he is. Yes.
Mm.
In fact, if I had to go one step further, I'd say that he's going to clarity of purpose to come in for a counterattack that's going to be covert.
Yep. And then he plays clarity from the bin. So yeah.
Supernatural Storm.
So
Oh,
now he's winning the conflict and he's going to hit with a counterattack.
Yep.
I don't know whether I would have played that storm, to be honest with you. I don't feel like I needed to win this conflict. You would lose 2 honor, but
What ring are we currently contesting? The air ring. So he might just be trying to.
He probably wants to keep the favor. Like if he's got a Censure in hand up against Scorp, who
Yeah.
has some really killer events, I would want to keep the favor as well.
I agree, but I don't know. I think
well, the next attack is going to be water, right? Because you can get covert
the
from
next
it.
attack would have to be water.
Yeah,
Mm.
and then
You want to get that free attack in.
and then you can get the keeper so
Well,
that you can keep the
actually-
favor.
Actually, I'm not even sure if he has to do a water attack. If he just makes his first attack a military attack, Simkov doesn't have anybody on the board that he can defend with. The meek
Wouldn't you
informant
just-
can't assign.
Mm.
Wouldn't he just go Earth then, so he can get that
Yeah,
Solemn Scholar online?
that's what I'm thinking.
To be honest with you,
Okay.
I'm not worried about that meek informant winning conflicts. He's done his job, which is just to look at the opponent's hand. So I feel like water is going to get you. You can do political. I guess you could do military as well.
I think
But
he's going to go water. He just used adaptive waves to grant covert to itself.
yeah, and if you go
So-
water, you can honor Suki.
What?
If you go water, you can honor Suki.
Oh, right, yeah, okay.
Oh, sorry. Did you forget what adaptive waves did?
Yeah, no, it's okay.
Okay, cool.
Got it.
Yep, he
Shameful.
said a shameful. The second void province.
And we're going military. So it sounds like Nuggets is following your line of play, Ray.
Yep. So coverting Shiori, which
I mean, it's neither.
I'm
here
not sure
nor
if that
there,
really
but-
has any effect. And yeah,
Mm.
military means that meek informant can't go in.
So we were
Simcoe is
talking.
going to be down in honor. He doesn't defend. He doesn't have a conflict character.
Do we know? I'm not sure if we know that he doesn't have a conflict character. He might.
Yeah, I mean, he's got 3 Kijikos, 2
There's one.
Calvi Unleashed, and 1.
There's
Never.
one Kachiko.
Hello, Kijiko.
That's
Nice to see you.
oh, that's a nice big investment.
Supplies.
And because
Indeed.
Nuggets only sent in one character, it just means that there are going to be no characters.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like Shameful has to get activated here. Yep.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, Shameful would get activated.
That means
Yep.
that Shiori, now without Cloud, I think you got to, if you care about the honor, you got to play your Cloud now before you lose this conflict. But to be honest, I'm not sure. Again, I'm not sure if Nuggets is really worried about the honor.
If I was Nuggets, I wouldn't be too worried about the honor just yet. You've still got a bit of a buffer before you get into what's known as the danger zone.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So you can take a couple of hits.
Yeah, and like the adaptive waves can't be moved, so Kijiko is offline.
Why can't it be moved?
Essentially.
I
'Cause,
think the adaptive waves can. You just choose some. Yeah, no, the adaptive waves can be moved.
No, it didn't.
Unless
No,
I've
they
missed
used
it.
clarity of purpose on it before.
That just means that they can't be bowed, and was that during this conflict or was that during the last conflict? Because it
No,
only
it's
works for
during-
one conflict.
It's during any
Clarity of
political conflicts.
purpose. Nope. Until the end of that conflict, opponent cards cannot bow
Ah.
that character, and it does not bow as a result of conflict resolution during political conflicts.
All right.
So yeah, the adaptive waves can be moved. There is enough of a
Why?
gap between
Then
the
why
skills.
didn't he? Why didn't he?
I would not know. Maybe he was waiting for the censure to come out.
Yeah, I do feel like that censure was baited out a little bit. Used on a for shame. Yeah, I would prefer to use that on a Fate Worse Than Death. Obviously, I mean, who wouldn't?
Mm.
But Nuggets does manage to get the water ring, so he's not really in danger of losing the Imperial favor. So maybe he'll draw another one. Has he got one or two? Let's have a look. Just the one.
one or two censures? I think he had 2 censures.
No, it was just the one.
Oh, okay. Interesting choice. Actually, a question that I've had about, because I missed all the information about the World Cup. Are people allowed to make adjustments to their deck list between rounds, or are you just locked into what you start with?
Pretty sure you're just locked in.
Okay.
Maybe MD can tell us in chat. But I'm pretty sure it's locked in. Alright, so he goes ahead and
Damn.
counters with a political conflict to break Shameful anyway. Always a good play.
Mm-hmm.
So did Sim? Oh yeah, because Simkov would have had to pass because the water ring would have been used to bow his only attacker.
Just to be a little bit careful though, even though Simcoe has kind of lost a bunch of provinces, he does have 2 5-cost characters on the table. And that's nothing to
does.
sneeze at. He could have next turn 3 5-cost characters. And that could be quite challenging.
As MD has just notified us in the chat, decks are locked for the group stage, but I believe they get resubmitted for bracket. Thank you for that, MD.
I trust that that's correct.
And if the organizer of the event doesn't know, then I'm worried.
It's kind of like the president, right? Like if it wasn't true before he said it, it's definitely true after he said it.
Yeah.
And there's that Tadaka that we were discussing last turn.
Yeah, I feel like
So,
Tadaka's really strong right now, turning off a lot of key cards.
A seven fate investment. I don't think he'll be going away anytime soon. Quite a lot of cards that it turns off. Does Tadaka only affect events?
Events.
So that's
Yep.
5 events that he's just turned off, including Simkov's restricted card.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So that could be a problem for Simkov.
Yep.
Mm. Let's put that back on the
The
other
gap
screen.
between the honor is starting to close a little bit.
Yeah, which makes me wonder about bids coming up.
I think
Okay,
that
that wasn't
Simkov
that
would
big.
1 and 3. I was going to say I think Simkov would be foolish to have tried and pushed for the bid 1 at this point.
Yeah. What do you reckon of the blackmail artist assassination bait or?
No, I think that's going to do a lot of work. I
think blackmail artist with Shiori on the table, they're gonna start to.
Yeah, but the thing
Make
is,
some-
they have to win,
Mhm.
right?
Yes.
Now, in theory, you're like, this is cool. I'm just going to take so much honor. But, like, no, it doesn't actually happen like that. If there's no way for Simkov to actually win conflicts, they aren't going to do anything.
Mm.
True.
And Blackmail Artist has a fate on it and is assassinable when
Yeah.
Nuggets is 11 honor. Like,
Yeah.
I really like this play by Nuggets, right? So he's attacking in on military against. Well, he didn't know it was about appealing the fortunes, but he did covert Kachiko.
Oh no, he did know. He did know that it was a billion.
Oh
was
yeah, of
already
course.
put in
Yeah,
place.
sorry.
Revealed turn 1.
Yeah, you're totally right. But coverting Kachiko so that Kachiko gets bowed by the Ring of Water. Very strong plays. Who knew?
that is a strong play.
That is a very strong play. How is Simkov going to react to that?
I can picture the Australian team room, right? It's going to be Simkov at his computer, concentrating intently. Chris is going to be on like voice talking to him, and Toridori apparently is at the football, so there's going to be like air horns and sirens and crowd cheers and stuff like that. Nobody's going to be able to think anything.
Tonight, aren't they?
Yep.
The hawk tattoos apparently.
This is why I'm glad I follow a code that doesn't have animals as team names.
He's deep in the tank here, deep in the think tank.
He is.
Do you guys have?
Yeah.
He's chosen not to defend the conflict.
Unless
Is he-
Nuggets drew another censure.
Maybe.
Fate Worse Than Death is on the table. Isn't it? Yeah, he hasn't played one yet, so it's not in his
He has
discard
not.
pile.
He has not played a Fate Worse Than Death.
So it's still viable.
I wonder what this means. Are we going to see an early tap
yeah,
out?
We can say concede.
Oh,
No.
oh,
You got to.
Not
You got
yet.
I assume his short-term plan is just to use appealing to the fortunes to bring in Shoju, which will happen before the ring effect. So, oh no, he brought in Hiroi instead.
what? Okay.
Was that the right choice to make?
I
feel
don't know.
that-
I
I feel
don't
that
know
if he
because
brought Shoju out, then at least Nuggets would have to make a decision about who was going to be the target for Ring of Water.
yeah.
Oh, Shiori's just been bowed with against the waves.
That's the thing. Like, Hiroi, I don't know how good he is in a Phoenix deck, or in a Unicorn deck for that matter, when things can be brought in, taken out, and, like, bowed, unbowed. It's. Yeah.
Well, you know, in a world where you've got lots of hawk tattoos going around, he does mean you've got more of that type of effect. It is a very powerful effect. The trouble right
Yeah,
here is that
true.
is that Nuggets has got this favourable ground. So we already know that one Hawk tattoo's in the bin. We know that the deck has more Hawk tattoos.
I
Three
believe
Hawk tattoos,
Simcox
yep.
has 3 Hawk tattoos.
So it's not terrible. I mean,
okay. Honestly, though, because unless he's got another censure, I would definitely fate worse than death. Tadaka, like, just
Yeah.
yeah.
that has to be the way to go, right?
But do you want to? Is that a risk? Like, do you feel like you're so far? If you're in Simkov's position, do you feel like you're so far behind that that's the risk you have to take? Because if he does have a censure, then that's a fate worse than death gone. You can't use it because Tadaka's going to turn it off.
Yeah.
As I suspected last round, Simkov seems to have gone a more defensive route. He's chosen to pass his conflict.
And he still has more clouds. Okay, so like passing the conflict kind of just says to me a fate worse than death on Tadaka because he's going to get first.
Yeah, but Tadaka's not
First
going
action.
to the conflict.
Yeah.
And we've just initiated a political conflict at entrenched position, which.
But he's just going to
effectively
bring
blanks
in Tadaka. He could just bring in Tadaka.
Oh, he could. Yeah, I forgot about Hiroi. But then all that Nuggets has to do then is just favourable ground.
Yeah, so that's when we'll probably. And then if he
doesn't
plays,
have any more conflicts.
if Simkov then plays a Hawk tattoo to bring Tadaka back in, then you actually don't see, like, he doesn't have enough fate to play fate worse than death, but he could.
He brought in Kachiko.
He brought in Kachiko, so he's going to be using Kachiko's ability now. Maybe he actually read his card.
It's worth noting that Simkov doesn't have any I Can Swim in his deck.
Yes,
That just seems wild to me. Like,
maybe he chose. Oh no, that line of thought doesn't even work because deck lists are open.
Actually, Nuggets plays Assassination. I think that's his only assassination.
Yeah, there goes. I believe so. Yes.
yep, one assassinate.
I feel like this is actually really, really good play from Nuggets, right? Like, this is very conservative, right? Like, there's no big risky plays here. Everything's just designed to get you a little bit ahead, a little bit ahead, a little bit ahead, until you're just way ahead.
Everything's been nicely calculated.
Yeah.
Cloud the mind on Kachiko.
Oh, god damn. And he has no let goes.
Why did he pass instead of using Kachiko's ability to move one of those initiates?
Yeah, I know, right?
Favourable ground's been used to move Tadaka in.
Wow. This is a turn up.
I think, yeah.
Wait, what happened? Oh, there we go. Sorry,
yep.
I've got a bit of a delay, apparently.
Oh, that's fine.
Whew. Yeah, come on. Fate worse than death him. Seriously, I think you're in the bin now.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right.
Did it happen?
It did.
Yeah, it happened.
But you know what? Simkov.
Do you think
Simkov might be able to attack.
Do you think Nuggets maybe baited that fate worse than death out?
Yeah, it could be, but
so maybe.
It's the last conflict, but it also might be a case of like he knows that he can't break the province, so he's just setting up for the next turn. Because next turn Tadaka turns back on. He's like, okay, well, you don't have a fate worse than death now.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
Yeah.
I kind of agree with that actually.
Okay, so that's a political conflict one, so Shiori's ability will happen.
Is this turn 3?
This is turn 3 that we're currently in, I believe. Yes.
Okay. And Shiori came in
turn
turn 2,
two.
right? Yeah, okay.
Yep, and then she got hit with meditations.
All right.
Okay, that was a pretty good board clean.
Yeah. At least he's going to gain a fate. I mean, an honor out of this.
Yeah.
But Nuggets is going to gain 2. So.
Yep. So now Tadaka on the board has turned off 6 cards in Simkov's deck.
Far out.
6 excellent cards. I mean, you can't really say that any cards in a Scorpion deck are not excellent, but still.
Oh, I'm sure you can find someone that will try and argue that point that one particular card is not good as the rest of them.
Yeah, maybe
But no,
Deceptive Alpha.
I would agree with that sentiment that our conflict decks are really tight. I have trouble finding space for all the new stuff I want to run.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. It's a blessing and a curse.
It really is.
The Honor is now equalized. Do you guys think
Yes,
that
it
Honor is Simkov's only out, or do you think he has something else?
Honestly, I think that.
Sorry, Reiki, say that again. You cut out a little bit.
Sorry, I didn't. I think that Simkov might just be delaying the inevitable at this point. I don't really see a game plan that can get him out of the predicament that he's in.
I think that he's still making very strong plays. Like when he's got that Hidden Moon Dojo going on, he doesn't actually have to buy these guys in the Dynasty phase necessarily. So
No,
passes.
he doesn't, and he didn't. We're already in the conflict phase.
No, I know. I'm just saying that a pass is a strong move, even at this point.
Yeah, pass is a very strong move.
Yeah, and
Right.
I don't know if that dojo is gonna save the day. I mean, it's pretty powerful, but it's only gonna get one turn out of it, or one phase. One cycle, whatever. One turn. Yeah.
Sorry. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but I'm going to give it a shot. Gree Kurgan TV has just pointed out the one game plan that Simkov can use that I missed. He's going for the conflict deck out in approximately 19 turns. So hopefully Simkov can hold off him for those 19 turns.
What you have to do is raise everybody's honor back up to like 11, and then everybody starts bidding 5 again. That's got to be the strategy. So we've got this Unleashed Kami. Something that I have noticed people doing with Unleashed Kami is just sending them into conflicts going, I'm just going to take this ring one way or another. Like you defend or you don't defend, I'm going to get this ring. I kind of like that.
I'm still a fan of just the surprise Kami drop in the actual conflict.
Mm-hmm.
So you, instead of telegraphing like, right, I'm going to drop a Kami and I'm going to force you to decide whether or not to defend it, I might actually start doing that just to see if I can get people to just not defend the conflict and get that extra honor.
Well, it certainly has had an effect here.
It has.
Nuggets is at 5.
I believe he used the Void Ring to take a fate off Tadaka. Yes, he did.
Mm-hmm. All right.
What? Where is it? If Female Dreamer has +2/+2 while the Earth Ring is contested.
Yeah, and I think when your bids have dropped reasonably significantly, Earth becomes quite a premium ring.
Yes.
Nugget seems to recognize that honor could be a problem, so off he goes to that.
Yep.
What's he attacking? Political Air. So don't forget that Against the Waves is in the discard pile, so you actually can play... He can bow this Shiori. And I don't know what happens after that. I guess all these characters get played, right? You play the characters out if you're a Dynasty rower, if things get really desperate.
Yeah, I believe that's what happens. I think, honestly, looking at it, you'd probably go for the Illusionist first. I don't know why he's bringing in the Court Novice. The Court Novice is a 0.
Well, you actually can't.
Unless he's bringing the Court Novice in to turn on the Four Shames.
Well, you actually can't bring in that Illusionist because it's not next to the dojo. Of course.
Yes, I did forget about that.
This new Illusionist, on the other hand.
Yeah, this new Illusionist that has no relation to the other Illusionist.
Yeah. Hold on a sec. I feel like Meg has dropped off the call. What's happening?
Yes, Meg dropped off a little while back. I don't know why she didn't mention anything.
Let's fix that up.
I think she's offline. At least, according to my computer, she is.
How do I bring her into this call? Ray,
That's a good question.
feel free to entertain our guests while I figure this out.
Okay. Well, the only way that I can think of to entertain the guests is just to keep talking about the game, so I'm just going to focus on that. While we were trying to figure this out, we've seen Nuggets play a Shrine Maiden, revealing display of power against the Waves and Ferroningo. So he got he got two of those cards put into his hands. So we've got a second against the Waves, which could possibly nullify any Force Shames that Simkov might have in hand, unfortunately. Even a display of power just means that even if Simkov can rally up a counter attack, Nuggets doesn't even really need to defend that. But I think at this point in the game, Nuggets is just going to be going for the kill.
Yeah.
In fact, that seems to be what.
Oh, Beishikechiko's kind of nice.
He was.
Till she gets clouded.
He was winning. If the first play is not Cloud the Mind, which it is, I was going to start making serious judgments.
Yeah. And that's all the fate gone as well.
I'm still a bit confused as to why Nuggets didn't attack with the Earth Ring, just to give Ethereal Dreamer that +2/+2.
I don't know.
Oh, here we go. We've got Meg back.
I am back.
Hey, welcome back.
Welcome back. We were just talking about how, I was just talking about how I believe that Nuggets is going to be going for the kill this turn.
Ooh.
So
Okie dokie.
that attack has been successfully defended, and the next attack from Nuggets has to be military. So
does he go for the one province in the row that he hasn't flipped yet, or does he go for as entrenched position? And I don't know. He's at least got.
You definitely go for
one. Oh no, he doesn't have any supernatural storms left in his discard pile, so he might have one in hand.
Yeah.
To try and buff Tadaka.
How many Shrine Maidens are out? All the Shrine Maidens have been played.
There's one Shrine Maiden out, and there's two in the discard pile. I found the two supernatural storms. They've both been boxed.
Right.
Was there a third supernatural? I think there was a third supernatural storm in Nuggets deck, wasn't there?
Oh, there definitely is. Something.
If there wasn't, yeah. So yeah, I think maybe. Oh, he just went for a quick ring attack, and Simkov's discarded another Forged Edict.
Yeah, it seems pretty successful Earth Ring.
That is an amazing Earth Ring.
Yeah.
Big brain plays all round. So, Simkov down to 3 cards in hand, no fate advantage, versus 8 cards in hand and a 3 fate advantage on Nugget side.
Yeah. Simkov is on the short end of every advantage he possibly could have. He's lost board advantage. He doesn't have hand size advantage. Doesn't have honor or fate advantage.
One thing about Simcoe's deck was, I think Ray, you pointed out that he does have a lot of 2-ofs in there, which does make the Tadaka problem a little bit less, a little bit less of a problem.
I did. Well, there's no more Tadaka problem now that Tadaka is no longer on the board, unless he hasn't flipped another Tadaka.
That'd be Tadaka number 3, Ben. Tadaka number 3.
Just change that first K to a T, and you're good to go.
Still some very strong characters on Nugget's side.
Oh, yes. And we've seen the first...
Oh, there we go. There's a Mystic, yeah.
You think that Mystic is just going to be... Yeah, I figured that was going to be the case.
I don't know if he's going to... Is he going to pass here? If he passes here, that's some...
I think he's a crazy person if he passes here.
I don't think he can afford to pass here. He's lost the Hidden Moon Dojo, so he needs to buy at least another character. Yeah,
he needs to bring in Hero.
What do you guys think Nuggets' play is? Do you think he just attacks entrenched position?
I think honestly, Nuggets just keeps bashing against that entrenched position until it eventually crumbles.
Yeah.
But
I think so as well.
Well, that's definitely the ultimate plan, right? Like break the opponent's strongholds. Totally the plan.
If I was in Nuggets' position, might attack a military attack.
Mm.
So go into the attack knowing that you're not going to be able to break it, just to get that ring effect off and see if Simkov defends against it. And then just use your second attack to take it out.
Okay, Favored Niece is probably a good buy.
Yeah, I was thinking Favored Niece might have been a better play than Heroe. But then, maybe not. Favored Niece is a much worse card to have out, especially if you're worried about your opponent dishonoring your characters.
Or if you happen to be holding dead cards like Sensha, she's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's why I was thinking maybe get her. She would have been a really good card to have maybe last turn, just to cycle out some of those cards that have been targeted by Tadaka.
Yeah.
I kind of like Nuggets is first player, right? So I kind of
Yes.
I like a military attack first, although the stronghold being entrenched position, military attacks are dubious.
Like I said, I think maybe
Simkov,
Nuggets makes.
why are you passing? Sorry, just like he passed when. I mean, getting
He
rid
blows
of the
up
cloud,
the
the
mystic to
mind
get rid of the
after-
cloud.
Yeah, I mean,
So, as
okay,
I thought, he's made his first attack a military attack. So he's going in just trying to get that water ring, probably to bow out Kachiko, I would imagine.
yeah, I think so. But I don't.
It's definitely been a very interesting game. Simkov's
It has.
timer, look at Simkov's chess timer. It's down at 17 minutes, whereas Nuggets is
Oh,
at
wow.
32 minutes.
32. Yeah. Okay, there we go.
Do you think
There's
that
another-
was a smart play, discarding Cloud the Mind?
There's not really a character on the table that's going to directly affect the board state. So Cloud,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's okay. I think it's okay to get rid of it.
Yeah, I mean, saying that though, he has to be pretty confident that the water ring isn't going to be won by Nuggets because of the prodigy.
Well, at the moment, Nuggets is winning the water ring.
I know,
Uh,
which is why I'm like, well, why would
Well-
you? He has to be
Yeah.
confident that Simcoe has to be confident that he's going to win to get rid of Cloud the Mind when the water ring is currently being contested.
mm.
Well, he does have more information than us, so he must.
True.
He's clearly got a plan in mind.
Hopefully,
I sincerely doubt that he went into this without a plan in mind.
What did he do? He played Walking the Way. Did he?
Yes, he did.
What did he put down on Walking the Way, or is he still thinking? I think he's still thinking about it.
He's still thinking. Nuggets plays Walking the Way to look at the top 3 cards of the Dynasty deck. Then reacted with Iwana to bow the favored niece.
Do you reckon it's a Tadaka? He's like, where do I put Tadaka?
Another Saori Iwana.
Or maybe it's a Kanjo district.
oh god,
I'm confused. What happened with Walking the Way?
Walking the Way.
Yeah.
He replaced a second Iwana with another Kadaka.
Oh, okay.
It's the third.
Is it?
Yeah, far. Yeah.
how do you know? How do you know?
Because you have Walking the Way has to be done face up.
Yeah, and it says so in the chat log, which I clearly didn't see.
It's not in my chat log, and it's not on the thing either. Like
You-
I don't see.
You might need to hit the
Oh, you mean
F5 button.
Kadaka? Yeah, no, it's okay.
Yeah.
All right, never mind.
I also noticed that he just played another Walking the Way and discarded a Prodigy of the Waves to replace it with the Prodigy of the Way.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that the first Prodigy was face down.
Yep.
So Simkov won the Water Ring. So
Good.
he is fairly bowed out, and the Prodigy of the Waves readies regardless of who's claimed the ring.
It is just a bit of a wimpy 1-1 at the moment, so
Yes.
And he's still got a Sadako that he could use, and a Kami Unleashed,
Mm-hmm.
with his 2 Fate. So
Yes, Sadako is a two-fate character. I remember
Yep.
looking at that and thinking that she is assassinatable.
yes, she is.
I think that might be her one weakness.
Mm. It's unfortunate that Nuggets has used his one and only assassinate, though, I think. Let's just have a bit of a look at that.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's
yes,
true.
he has.
Simkov,
Yeah, he used it on the blackmail artist.
Simkov, like all Scorpions, though, runs a hefty 3 assassinates. I really wish I could run 3 assassinates in my Phoenix deck.
You just gotta get better at your honor management.
This is true.
It's the only thing holding you back.
I need to run more Benson's Touch. That's what I need to do. Speaking of Benson's Touch, there is a Benson's Touch in the discard pile, so it could re-honor the Prodigy of Waves.
Yes, it could.
That's a possibility. Who are we waiting on?
We're waiting on Simkov.
Yeah.
I believe he's contemplating his first conflict.
The Mere Mystic's going to come in, wreak some havoc. 1/1 goodness.
Yeah. He'll have a conflict character for sure. He'll have, even if it's the goodness me, the Kami Unleashed. So essentially, he'll be able to activate a ring if that's what he's got in his hand. But which Earth? Okay. Oh yeah, he's only got 3 cards in hand.
Yeah.
Always a challenge at the best of times. Hopefully one of those charges is court game, so you can honor this Mere Mystic and then play a fan, and then it can break a province.
Display of power.
Oh no.
Yep.
I like
Nuggets
to...
won. That's it.
That was one.
Alright.
Yep, that's it.
GG.
Congratulations. That was...
Congratulations, Nuggets.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, congrats.
I feel like he was in control the whole game, you know?
Yeah, I think so.
As he's just admitted, like, he had an amazing first turn.
Yeah. Yeah, as a Phoenix player, I don't really feel the sharpness of the Scorpion matchup as I once did. But that game, I think there were very strong plays on both sides, but I didn't really feel like there was a point where Simkov really had a comeback option, right? Like, yeah, there wasn't really a lot of lines of play that would have led Simkov back to an advantage.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm.
And that Tadaka just came out at the right time.
Yeah.
Well, if I recall correctly, that Kadaka, sorry, were we talking about Kadaka or Tadaka?
Tadaka.
Tadaka. As I was saying, if I recall correctly, that Tadaka actually sat there for the first turn or the first 2 turns.
2 turns
before it actually came out.
Yeah.
So it was always that. It was the metaphorical sort of Damocles hovering over.
Yeah.
Simkov's head.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep. Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for watching, and thanks Ray, and thanks Megan for joining us on this broadcast.
That's right. Thanks for having us.
Yes, please. Welcome to come back anytime.
Yeah, definitely. We're gonna do another one on Sunday, probably about the same time, maybe 8 o'clock. So if anybody is keen to watch some more World Cup coverage, then, and if we hear about anything more in the meantime, we'll do some of those as well. In the meantime,
Yay!
And between time.
Yeah. In the meantime, keep playing, have fun, get better. If you get better, I can get better. So, get better. See ya.
Yay!
See ya. Bye, everyone.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone.